Okay, welcome everyone. May you please put some thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, I can see one thumbs up, two, three. Okay, great, we are fine. Okay, welcome, Andrea. May kindly just say hi to the delegates. Just hi is enough, just to see if they can hear.
Hi. Yep.
Okay, great. Thank you. Let's get started. Our next speaker, ladies and gentlemen, is Andran. He's the head design digital marketing and immersive technologies at Archilab. They are based. Where are you based again? I can't remember quite well, Andran.
Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka, yes. Yeah, they are based in Sri Lanka, yes. Okay, so yeah, over to you, Andran.
Right. Hi, everyone. So you all can hear me sound and clear? Yeah, cool. Let me start sharing my presentation and then. Right. So again, hi to everyone. I don't know, it's a good, should be good morning in South Africa. So, good morning to everyone. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to tell a kind of a secret that everybody wants to know in a startup or any small and medium or even a big business. How to market to millions without breaking the bank. So this is what I'm going to talk about. So today I'm going to tell you, how we come up with this particular, the plan or the idea to execute this thing and what exactly you have to do. And also before that, I'm going to tell about my little story as well, because that will make more sense. So as a presentation, introducing me will be a part of it, because in professionally, I'm an engineer. 7 years ago, when I started my startup, I was more focusing on the technical side, so I have to depend on some other people to do the marketing and digital marketing for myself. So we developed a very good products, but unfortunately we were failed miserably. At one point, I came into the point that I can't really continue my startups. It's more or less bankrupt. I have to close down everything and I have to look out for jobs again. So this is the time that I really thought, like, maybe we can have a very great product, but if you don't know how to market it, if you don't know how to put it into the people, then everything will be useless. It won't make any sense. And that's where I really thought to get into the marketing, and that's how I changed my profession from an engineer to the digital marketeer, and now I'm looking into the various aspects, including the immersive technologies as well. So to start my story, it's not a really great story. As I told you, our startup was more or less in a bankrupt situation. We were in a very bad situation at, I think early 2019, like it was a worst time of us. But I couldn't understand, because we are spending a lot of money for marketing. We have a great product and we are doing everything right. But people are not like engaging with it. Our product is not reaching our people. Our any of the marketing is not doing well. So I was like, keep on thinking where we went wrong, and then only I found out that particular niche. So that niche, that's what I'm going to share with you all today. Right. So, what is the objective for today's webinar is, first of all, I'm going to tell you how easily you can find an engaging content for your social media calendar. So, there I'm going to tell you some little bit of a strategies for you, and then I'm going to tell you predict which post may drive the most engagement before publishing. So, this is very crucial, because if you know which post will do better, you will hit that particular sweet spot in your business. And finally, reach more potential customers without spending as much as your budget. So I'm just going to share my story, share our experience, what we were doing all this time, and what we are going to do in the future. So before moving on, I really wanted to tell you one thing. As I told you, since I'm an engineer, when I really took over this particular business development and marketing, I actually reverse engineered everything. So what we did is, maybe we could have a good content or good product, everything could be there. But imagine if you not have the right process, we won't be able to hit on the market. So this is the process that I'm going to share with you today. So maybe the strategies that I'm going to share could be expired in about 2-3 months. You know how the digital marketing is working. It's continuously changing. All these social media platforms keep on changing their algorithm. So every time you have to do the research from the scratch to find out which one will work fine. But I'm not going to tell exactly what you need to do, but I'm going to tell you how you can do and to find out how this one will work for you. So this is what I'm going to share with you today. So to do that one, so I'm just strategize the way that how this one is going. So the first most important thing is organize. Now this is where we failed. Like when I say about 3 years ago when we miserably failed, one thing is we wasn't organized with the digital marketing activities. We were organized on everything else, but not in the digital marketing activity. So this is something very important. So actually you can even start using your basic Excel sheets too, or you can also use tools such as Trello, HubSpot, Monday.com, Buffer, and there are hundreds of similar tools are available in the market. So you can actually organize yourself using one of those tools, or even as I told you, use your basic Excel sheet to find, strategize your thing. And the second part is the strategy. So I'm going to talk about how to find the best time to post and how to find your audience and how are you going to plan to tell your story. So that's the most important thing. How are you going to tell your story is a very, very important point. And then third thing I'm going to take it is the content. So I'm going to give you some insights on how to get a content idea and then identify the trending content and then using the trending content to your benefit. So this is another secret that I'm going to share with you all today. And finally, I'm telling you, your own data is the most important. So analyze your data, analyze it, and then you can come up with your own strategy to hit the market in better way. So start with organizing. As I told you at the beginning, you can see on the left top corner. So we also use the Excel sheets. So we arrange it in this way. I'm using the Excel sheets as well to arrange some of our work, because this organizing part, organizing your calendar, this digital marketing calendar is one of the most crucial thing, because you need to know what is going on when and what is going on there. So therefore, as I told you, we started with the Excel sheet. Now we are using the Trello, which is another very cool tool. But as I told you, there are hundreds of tools available. So you find your tool that will work for you better. And also, these tools, the cost will be vary from $5 to $10 a month. So it depends on your budget and all. You can choose which tool you really want to do. But do this one, organize it. So this is the step number one to hit that particular top notch with a little budget. And this is the plan of our Trello. So I just got the screenshot for you to share it. So this was this way. So what are the activities we are going to do and what we are doing at the moment and what has been completed. So all these ideas you can get it by using these tools. Now moving on to the next one. This is the most important thing, right? So the strategy. Now, the first thing is, you have to find what is, especially when it comes on social media, you need to know what is the right time to post. This is a very crucial thing. So for an example, you can get all this information online, but we also did the same thing. But if you really look at it, there are certain differences. For an example, with our studies from the research from the internet, the LinkedIn, it's usually 9 a.m. on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Our data also shows, yes, it's 9 a.m. on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Whenever we post it, it works fine. But then again, when it comes to Facebook, there was a slight differences, because the general thing says between 9 to 1 p.m. on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, whereas our things work very well on 10 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Then Twitter is completely different for us. The thing saying 8 a.m. on Mondays and Thursdays, for us, Monday never worked. So Thursday morning hours was working fine. And finally, the Instagram, that's also the general saying something on 11 to 2 p.m. Tuesdays, and it works really well for on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So here, one of the important thing you have to look at it, you can find all these data from internet, but then again, that doesn't mean that it will suit you. So you have to do your own research. So this is what we did. So we will start with the general timing. We try to post it. We see how that works, but it didn't work well. And sometimes we use the same post on a different time to post it and see how that particular reaches. And all these things we will study. And then we will come up with our own data to what is the time to do it. So this is the second part of the process I wanted to tell you. Do your research, market research, but then again, make your plan, because mostly the data is available in the market is mainly applicable to the North American market, whereas say if you're in Africa or Asia or even Europe, Australia, things might change slightly, especially on the social medias, as well as your industry. So that's another thing, because depends on what industry you are in. Sometimes there are some changes there. So you have to really work out your timings by yourself. Now, another most important thing is know your audience. See, there are billions of people out there, and social media, you can easily reach them. But why it is not really like, most of the times whenever we spend money and try to reach out people, nothing works out. We end up in a miserably, we failed. We're wasting our money. The reason is sometimes our reach never reach out the clients that we want. So we did a little bit of a tweaking over here, and we reverse engineered, and we just tried to find out who would be our clients, who could be our clients. We work it out, and then we target our market in that way. So I would say our onboarding process, client onboarding process, like, in marketing. So we just, divide it into three major parts. So one is, who is your target audience? So we define them, and then identify where your audience is and what they do. So we just, target that also, and then determine the keywords and key phrases to reach them out. Well, how we do that? So what we do is, like, we sit and, like, on a weekly basis, is not only the marketing team, but also every team we get together and we sit and we just, visualize our clients. So we even, like, give them a name, age, what their job they do, what is their family background, where they live, what is their interest, education. So all these things we analyze it, and we will be creating our target client. So then what we do is, okay, this kind of a people, where they will be hang out, what they will do, right? So these kind of researches we will do. Then we will be also analyzing our competitor market, competitor websites, and their, what they do. Plus, using the general data, we like work out what are they missing. Especially the forums help us a lot to identify, from the existing businesses, what is these people are missing, what is their real problems are. So what do they value the most, and what is the most important to them? So likewise, we will be asking all these questions to create our target clients, right? And then, like, we will also work it out on who is our ideal customers. Then I'll show you. So for an example, we are into the construction tech. So where we using the technology to change the construction industry, architectural and interior and construction. So for an example, whenever we're creating our client, so now we are targeting for the office interior. So whenever we want to promote something related to the office interior, these are the questions we ask, like, who wants to one-stop solutions? Because this is the service we give. So we give the 360-degree services when it comes to the construction industry. So we were looking for, okay, our client also should be the person who is looking for the same thing. And then we also need, like, who needs the best solution with the comfort. So in the other hand, who will be ready to pay, because we are a little bit of expensive in the market. So who will be ready to pay that one? So that's the next questions to, like, make it the client target. Then we also who understand the value of using professionals. So, so like sometimes people willing to work with an unprofessional as well when it comes on these industries. Especially this is a very common in Asian continent. I'm not sure about how is the rest of the world work, but in our area, this is one of the problems. So this is another thing we will put it on. And then we're also looking at who will have the immediate requirement, and also the person who is a little bit tech savvy, because our platform is working online, so we do the architecture like consultancy, design consultancy, and everything is online. So we just need a person also who is like a little bit familiar with the technology. So this person could be the ideal person for our need. So this is how we will be creating our target audience to go on to push our market. So this is the another important step I would say, because mostly what I saw is the people make a mistake is you just create content, but then you don't really think about who your target audience will be. Whenever you don't really finalize that one, what will happen is all will be you will go everywhere, and in the end up with a failing marketing campaigns. And also we were looking into the factor that what activities they will take part of it. So this is also very important. Even if it was an online event or offline event, whatever, we need to go and gather this information. So we will find out where do they network, who are their connections, what are their interests. These are the things we always used to find out. And also you using these online forums is a really good thing to find out your audience. And also you may have some audience, so these are the sample market for you. Just use that sample market to get the maximum out of the information you really want to get. So you do a lot of research about what your competitors do as well. So this one will give you an impact, good input of what you need to do. And another very simple thing, I mean, when I say that, you might be thinking this is nothing, but then it makes a lot of differences. I always ask my friends and relatives, call them up and ask, okay, we are just giving this one, if you have a need, what you want, what you really looking into this thing. So as a customer, tell me. So I get this particular real human information, and then I use them to identify my potential clients. So here is not only that organize it, but then also I decide my clients, and now I'm ready to shoot on to them. Now, I just really wanted to show, this is one of the marketing we did about 5 years ago. So this is a bit crazy, because this is, we never plan it or anything. It's actually happened accidentally. But if you really look at it, so maybe a very simple write-up, but then again, accidentally we get into the point where what people are actually looking at. And this is one of the posts, in our early times we had a really good reach, but unfortunately this time we weren't really we had a proper plan and organized plans to go on to the market. This is actually happened, but that's what I'm saying, because even for each industry it's a different way you have to reach it out. And sometimes you never know, sometimes a nice written post may do well, may not do well. Sometimes a simple photo without any captions will reach out a lot of people, and it could create a lot of leads for you. So these things you have to whenever you do the control way, what exactly the things that works for you. Now, your customers, and you have the plan, you are well organized. Now, the most important point, how are you going to tell your story? Because this makes a lot of difference. Because depends on the industry, the way you are going to tell your story should change. But for me, it's mostly which works very well is the video, visuals, and VR. Since we are into the immersive technologies as well, we use a lot of VR to, especially our industry, also the real estate and architecture and construction. So where VR contents are doing a lot. But personally, I would say for any industry, nowadays people are more they don't spend much on reading. So the visuals and the video will make a very big impact on it. So I always say, even if you have a plan, monthly plan, maybe plan a blog or written thing for 1 week, but 1 week you definitely plan out something with the visuals, then another week with the video, and then finally again one of that you mix it up and get it. But videos have a very, very good reach. And also, if your industry is really into these immersive technologies, also you should use it, because that's actually get your client straight away to the experience. So it's converting them into as a client would be the very easy thing to do. So the second most important thing is, this is another biggest mistake many people make, is they write for search engine, all the write-ups with the keywords and everything, but they don't write it for the human. So sometimes when I look at certain sponsored adverts come to me, I'm like, what is this? Like, it will be a lot of keywords everywhere. But I'm not really interested. Sometimes I will be needing that product, but then again, I'm not really interested to go ahead with that product because it doesn't really attract me. So yes, search engine is very important, keywords are very important, but remember one thing, you are reaching the human. So do all your writing to target the human. Have some emotional connections over there. Tell them how your product is solving their issues, right? So you just show that it is not just a keyword put it together, but it was written for the human. So this is one of the biggest mistake nowadays I saw everywhere. So don't make this mistake. Write for human as well as for the search engine. Know that particular mixture properly. And the master the headline and intro. So this is also very important. Say now you have the post is reaching out someone, and even if it was a video or an image, okay, maybe images suddenly will be attract their eyes, but then again, if it was a video or any write-ups, your introduction is very important. In other words, the captions or the headlines is really, really important. So have this heading very short, but to the point. So this is another very important thing I wanted to tell you, because people nowadays, like they scan it through everything. They do quickly. So in this quicker, maybe within 3 words maximum, you should be able to convey that message for them to stop and either watch your video or them to carry on reading what they you have put it over there. Now, I have told you, how to identify your customers, how to reach them out, and how to plan it. Now, the most important thing, the content, because this is what going to actually giving you the talking part and converting your potential audience into the client. So this is very important. How are you going to create this particular content idea? But whatever I'm going to share is mostly dear to our industry, which is again the construction and architectural industry. But certain industry will have a different things. But I just wanted to share some common thing that I feel will be applicable to any industry. Number one, simple: study your competitor, because they are doing it. They might be in the market for more than you, or they may become after you, but your competitor is the best place to study what they're doing it, and which one is working for them and which one isn't working for them. So this is just go through your competitor and try to understand what they do, because this one will give you an edge on so many things. But don't please copy whatever your competitor does it, but then you just gather the information you needed from them. And another important place is the Twitter. Now, the Twitter is one place I'm using. For me, Twitter is like more than it's not a platform to share, but it's a search engine for me, especially when it comes to the contents, right? So this is another thing like not many people aware of it, because Twitter is working with the hashtags. You can simply identify what is the trending post and all those things. But I use this one to understand what is the post is working very well, especially in our industry. So I just search it with all the hashtags and seeing which one people are more get engaged with. What is in there? So I would say for you to get a content idea, Twitter search is one of the superb and amazing platform. I would say just try and see. It will work for any industry. Other thing is the Reddit. So I always visited Reddit and having the subreddit to see, especially in our industry, where people have more engagement, and especially because the trend changes for the time, especially with the time trends changes, and especially with this digital era, the changes are so quick. So having something like Reddit will give you the instant update about what is the trending topic at the moment worldwide. So therefore, the Reddit is another super place for you to understand what is the trending post and how is the engagement is there for you to give us some idea to how to create your content. and also the Google Trends. So this is another great platform. Even though we don't use the Google Trends much, but then again, it works for certain industries very well. So the Google Trend also another like cool platform for you to understand trending content ideas to get it. And finally, they attend events because even though this is an offline thing, but nowadays we have a lot of online events. So try to go as much as your industry related events. You can get a tons and tons of ideas for your content because, and also sometimes you attending the events becomes a kind of a content for your like next post, so that those things works very well as well. So therefore, the fifth one I would say, attend events to get a real good content ideas. So in our research, and these are the things mostly we use to like create a better content. Now, there is another thing is because I was talking about the Twitter and the Reddit and all those things. So here there is another magic we can do, which is more or less free of charge. That we can use the trending content to our benefit. So I just wanted to just touch you through few of the a good option to how to do that one. So one is join trending topics, and you just simply join with a trending topic related to your industry. Keep on like sharing it with your hashtags. So there's another good thing. Comment them, like them, share them. So whenever you are doing it, you will be slowly like creating your audience as well. Because again, whenever you go into your own industry, but it may work on other way as well. So for an example, say if you're in a fashion industry, maybe you go into the beauty industry, people they also like the could give you the some sort of a the traffic towards what you really want. Other thing is a joint conversation on social media, especially the Facebook groups. The Facebook groups works really well as well because you see, mostly what we do is whenever we want to have a business, we just try to promote our product. So then whenever people look at it as an advertisement, people don't really trust on it because it's another promotion. But whenever you get involved with this kind of a groups, you are actually discussing problems. You're going to be answered to the problems raised by people. So here sometimes, I mean, the one of the things I do is like I mostly go into the Facebook groups related to construction. I'll identify the problems people facing. So most of the time, people will come up with, what is, I mean, the delays or like a budget overrun. So what I do is I'll be telling them what we do, but not as this is what Archlo Lab does. But instead, I will say, okay, maybe you try to find a contractor who does it in on time. He using these different tools to manage his timing. They have a real different way to sourcing materials, so they don't have the delay. So likewise, I will give the content to the people to find out. Sometimes they might be searching for them and end up with our Archlo Lab. So I don't actually promote my name, but I just give the solution, but it will come around in this way. So this is another great way, but maybe it is a longer process, but then again, you just try to do that one as well. It's worked really well. And also another thing I would say, build a community around the hashtag. So nowadays with the hashtag, everything is around the hashtag. So build your community as well slowly, like, you can, and especially if you can coining the right hashtag for the particular campaign, your followers will be not only be able to communicate via chat or messages, but also connect with each other. So you're simply building up your community over there. Now, final part is analyzing. So when it's come to analyzing, I'm not going to talk about anything, but your own data is the brilliant data. So your data is about your services and your customers already you have. So this is the best sample for you to analyze it. So analyze and see where you did it well and which post did it well, which content reach out to the lot of people, and also see which one didn't do well, which didn't reach out to the people well. So all these things analyze from your own data. Maybe it will be a very small data, but then again, this is very authentic data because it's for your business. So just do your research on your own data. And also I would suggest using some data analyzing tools as well, which is one thing is you can use the social media platforms. They also have the analytics. You can use that one, or otherwise you can use the tools such as Social Pilot, which is another cool thing that we usually use as well. So this is something, a sample. I got it for you with the social pilot. You can understand which of your videos, how that works. Is it photos? So with these things, you can take a decision. Okay, am I really going to do the next post is a video or photo, or am I just going to do the link? Or the say status are reach out to a lot of people. So if you really look at it, video is always doing very well. So that's what I said. Video or immersive, that's do the magic. So try to engage more people through the videos. And also another ascertain part of it, because what has worked for you in the past, right? Sometimes it could be something completely different purpose you might be putting, but try to replicate that particular content with some twist, because that content actually worked for you. You have some information. And also sometimes this is a very crazy way these social medias works. Sometimes when the people see the uniformity with all your post, that automatically registered in their head. So sometimes this works very well in that way as well. Your brand awareness will be going to the, because people will keep on saying the similar post, but you're just changing the content. You're here and there you will be doing little changes, but all the look and everything will be look same. So therefore people will be getting more and more familiar. So then suddenly when I look at this particular red and green combination, oh, this is Arshul Lab. So, but it could be something for a job advert, or something for our past projects, or something that we are doing right now. It could be anything, but try to keep a kind of a uniformity with your post as well. So that's really helps you to register into your client's mind. Now, finally, we have, I shared my experience and what we did. Maybe I went a little bit faster because I really wanted to share everything with you all. But how easily we can find the engaging content for your social media calendar, that is with the proper organizing as well as the right strategy. And then how to predict which post will drive the most engagement by analyzing your own data as well as creating your target clients. So you created your target clients, and then you analyze your data, and then now you combine both together to find out which post, which content will do better from my next campaign. So now the top or the most awaited topic that I'm going to come. Now, reach more potential customers without spending as much as of your budget. As I told you, this is something very, very important for us as well, because there was a time we spent a lot of money, and now we are just doing way better than what we were did before with spending a very little money. So actually now I was talking about how to create the content and everything about the content marketing. Now let's switch that to the social media marketing to put it out to the people. So what I'm going to share here is what exactly we are doing right now to achieve our success. So this could be applicable to you or may not. But again, what I'm saying is follow this process and customize the same process for your industry, so then you can actually win it. The first thing, as I told you, I always contact my friends and the contacts in my network to share my content, right? And I'll ask them, because they know my business, right? I just share and get their inputs. Not only that, the moment I share something, I will tell them, come on, I share something, would you mind put up a like? Or would you mind sharing the same thing? Or if you really like it, put me a comment. But if you really like it only, so I'll put up a if over there. But then again, I'll always ask them, because you see, when people organically get involved with, like your friends, your families, your colleagues, automatically you're getting a kind of a engagement. So this is what we really want. And the next most important thing I always does is run a competition or the promotion to my existing clients. Because instead of you wasting your money on spending a lot of money on running the campaign, I would say make a simple competitions, because it will make more engagement of your existing clients as well as gift them. So it's like a competition. People will love to win competitions. and also you just simply going to give them a benefit of something like your own product or the service, so people are going to come to you get it. So maybe what I do is I'll run a competition, and then I'll give in your next interior design or a furniture purchase, we're going to be giving you 20% off. People are going to come to me, my customers are not going to leave me. So this is another important thing, and it's not going to cost you a lot. It's not going to cost you a lot as well. So this is another very important thing. And also I use the again our newsletter subscribers. So whenever some content comes, I just reach them out as well and send them the content, and with the social media links, and also which will also like generating another set of engagement from the different people. So some more actions planned for you guys. I would say connect with the influencers. So the influencer marketing also work very well for certain industries. So that is another very good thing. As well as circulate your content into the niche, especially the Facebook groups, who is actually like particularly or dedicated for that particular industry that you are in. That also works a lot. Again, start up a conversation, discussions, and all these things will help you a lot on a big way. And then also like another important thing I do is whenever like something new, when we were including, we just do a Facebook live from our business page. That's also like at the beginning we had one or two audience, but we just call up friends and families to just come and watch it. But then now that's slowly build it up. Slowly we building it up, and now every time whenever we do, we have about 50 to 60 people coming up, and still it's not enough. But we know that we are slowly building up what to do. And after doing all these things only, we just come to the paid campaigns, because we have done our foundation very well. We have done all our basics very well. So now you do your paid campaigns as well. They will work really well, because already your content is superb, because it was a trending content, and it already has some engagement, and you did everything perfectly. So now you start your paid campaigns, and your return on investment will be like you can sit back and laugh. So this is the strategy that I really wanted to share with you all, and this is how we were actually like achieving or change our destiny as well with our business. So like this is the magic. I mean, whatever I share with you is not really the new things, we all know. Only thing is we never did it in a structured way. So all I'm saying is do this structure, but find your own ways. All this certain information I gave is particularly for our industry. You find your own way, and you can hit on the market. And this is my contact details. If you really want any informations, please feel free to drop me a WhatsApp message on the top number. So I'm really happy to help you all as well. And finally, before wrapping up, I just wanted to share something as well, because we are doing a lot of trainings, and I really love to give some chances of like at least 3 people from this whoever attending this webinar on one of our next training, how to calculate marketing ROI, for absolutely free. There is no catch. You don't even need to share, or at the end you don't need to pay any money. So if you're really interested, reach out to me. It's because we are starting some new marketing, especially digital marketing and marketing related trainings, and I would like to give a chance for 3 people for absolutely free on our next thing. So that's it pretty much from my end. Now it's time for some questions. So let me close this one and go back to the
Okay. If you open the discuss section, Andran, you see you've got a lot of questions there. Can you hear me? I can't see your picture now, Andran. Hi, Andran.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Hi, yes. Yeah. So, what would be the right time to post on TikTok? Okay, actually, because in our industry, we didn't do a lot with the TikTok. But of course, again, I'm saying, like, do the same method. You try to search on the, online, to find out like what they suggest, the timing, and then you try it out by yourself. As I told you, because this time will be very depends on your country, where you're located at, and what is the industry you are in. So it's vary. So all I'm saying is use this particular method. So you do the research, find out the time, and then again, it out, maybe a few trial and errors, but then you will be end up with the right time to post on TikTok. But again, you have to understand one thing: the industry, especially the digital industry, is changing drastically. What is applicable at early January, early 2022 is not applicable today. So it's changed. So you have to keep on do your research to find that particular right times, and these kind of informations. I hope that that makes sense to you. The next question is: what is your view on collaborating with influencers outside your industry to help with penetrating a new market segment? Really, because the collaboration is something really, really works as well. So, for an example, say, especially if they are not your direct competitors, as you said, outside your industries, because that works very well, because you two are combined. And what will happen is sometimes one client is coming to you, and you're going to be introduce this particular client to your collaborator as well, right? So then again, vice versa, whoever come to their clients also going to come to you. So even though you are not going to be a group of companies that going to serve all the services, ultimately that's what you are going to make it by these collaborations. So I would say that is a really, really good thing to do. And especially, like, sometimes you just, even creating the promotions, as I told you, you just not only in your industry, but if you're like, someone who is similar, but not your direct competitor. So give us some discounts, or the, like, the gifts from them as well. Vice versa, ask them to do it to you as well. So this way you can really bring new clients who is like, not, who never comes to you, or never goes to them. So that's really a good strategy to do. Anything else?
I think we are missing a number of questions, Andran.
Okay.
Instead of opening a Q&A, let's open discuss. I think,
Discuss. Okay.
yes, I
Yeah.
think some delegates are putting their questions on discuss there.
Right. Yes, there was another one is: could you please recommend a social media planner, tool, organizer? The yes, Hootsuite is a little bit expensive. I would say you try Trello, because we are using the Trello, and for the time being, it's quite good. Hopefully, they won't increase the price in near future as well. But that's what I would suggest, since we are using that one. We tried out Monday.com as well, but then for some reason it didn't really, like, work for us. So therefore, we just switched to Trello for that one. And then the Carla has asked, regarding analyzing your audience, do you have any suggestion how to gather all your social media marketing statistics with one tool? Well, I mean, this will be a real, like, the if you could really have one tool to analyze everything, it would be better. But as I told you, the social pilot will at least give you to, like, analyze your own data, and also you can gather some, like, others data from that as well. So as I told you, we tried that one, and at least we know, like, what we did is correct, and what is actually had the better reach, and all those things. At least depends on our own data, we can find it out from this tool. So at the moment, that's what I would suggest. Like, we can use it, which will give the authentic data as per our industry. Then go into the Tabaho. Is it okay to use the same content on a post on different social media platforms? Right. So as I told you, like, it's works sometimes, and sometimes it won't work. So for an example, the caption, especially, like, if you're going to do it on a LinkedIn, it has to be really professional. But in the same time, if you're going to do it to the Instagram, you have to really do it differently, because sometimes you will have a different kind of followers for these different social medias. So I always suggest you to go with the captions that will be customized for each platform. Maybe you can go for the same, more or less same for the Facebook and LinkedIn, but when it comes on Instagram, try to do different things. Even sometimes emojis works well in Instagrams as well, which is completely unprofessional when it comes on LinkedIn. So therefore, always go for a different captions. That's my suggestion is. And the next question from Lucas is, what is your view on collaborating with influencers outside your industry to help with penetrating a new market segment? Which actually, like, I have already answered to that one. And do you think it's a good idea to post TikTok videos on other social? No, don't do that. So this is another mistake, because these algorithms works in a way that, they will be like, find out which, because for an example, if it was Facebook, the moment you have the TikTok, the thing on your videos, they don't let you to reach out to a lot of people. So this is one of the mistake. Don't do that. So TikTok videos just for the TikTok. Even if you want to do the same video, just maybe record it separately and put it to the Facebook. So because then only that algorithm allow you to reach out to the many people. So that is very important, because they read the data will be read that one, and they block you after a while, or they don't let you to reach out to the many people. So this is very important point. I think that's it pretty much with the questions, and we already reached the time limit as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nicholas?
Yes. I'm here, and thank you so much. Right on the time. Uh, Thank you for the presentation, and thank you everyone for listening to Andran's presentation.
Yes.
I hope you also shared your contact details, Andran. If there's anyone who
Yes.
would like to also connect with you after this session, they can still be in touch with you. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Feel free
Oh,
to. Thank you very
oh,
much, everyone, and have a great day.
okay, great. Okay, thank you, everyone. Let's break up and come back at 12:45. You remember, there's that session that we missed yesterday from Lauren. So it's starting at 12:45. She's ready. So let's come back in 15 minutes time and join that session. On the platform, it will just tell you that that's the coming session. So see you shortly. Thank you, Andra.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye.